So I've been good friends with the Victory people pretty much as they launched. The company launched in 2013. I was just finishing as editor of Guitarist magazine, decided to go my own way and do things. And in addition to working with Dan, I helped some people out and did some marketing stuff and just generally got in amongst it in the guitar industry. And one of the companies that I met and got on with instantly well was Victory. So the first amps that came out from Victory were the hand-wired series V10, V50, V100. Then they stumbled on the Lunchbox concept, which was a collaboration with Guthrie Govan, who needed an amp he could fly with. Anyway, super powerful amps, little compact box. And what followed next was the V40. At the time, I can remember various people saying, hang on a minute, single channel amp, no channel switching, doesn't have a huge amount of gain in it. Who on earth's going to buy one of those? And of course, we were all jumping up and down saying, well, pedal users, because it's, if you like to use the term, a good pedal platform amp, because it has a really nice range of gain in it, from pretty sparkly clean all the way through to kind of a British blues overdrive. It started getting developed, and then partway through that they asked if I would lend some ears to the project as part of, you know, a group of people. When companies develop amps, they send amps to people and they say, have a listen to this, tell us what you think, give us your feedback. I was one of those people. And it came to fruition, and very happy everyone was with it too. So that's how I got it. And then you may have seen in other videos, it's got a little crest on the side, and bless them for my efforts, they presented it to me, which was very kind. So as I said, it's a single channel amplifier, and it has a couple of switches which don't do radical things. They just sort of, they tweak it up. They're set and forget. So if you use a particular type of pickup or whatever, you can just find the response that you like. And that might depend on the kind of pedals you're using, or you know, however you like to approach the amp. You just set it exactly as you like it. Happy days, off you go. It has a loop as well. I don't use the loop because, as you will know from watching that pedal show, Dan and I prefer to have everything into the front of an amp that's not overdriving too much. I tend to have it set with the preamp gain, as it were, kind of just so it's herring up a little bit. Not too much, just a little bit. And then the master as high as I can get it, because I like the headroom. You can use it with EL34s or 6L6s. It has an internal bias switch. You have to also tweak the bias, but to get in the right bias range. I've used it both. I think I actually prefer it with EL34s, but at the moment it's got 6L6s in it because I put some in just to see what they would sound like. And let's just say I haven't felt compelled to change them back to EL34s, although I still think I probably prefer the EL34s. One of the other things it has is a digital reverb. It's not to everybody's taste, the digital reverb, but it is great for ambience, and of course it means you can get a decent sounding reverb in that tiny box. Now, interesting on that front, because coming next from Victory is the V40 Deluxe, which is slightly up-spec'd. It's in a wooden box. It has valve-driven reverb and tremolo, although the same kind of basic circuit is there. It does sound a bit brighter and a bit more presency. So I have been listening to that throughout its development. And we're looking forward to getting one on the show. But yeah, V40, whether I use it as my main amp, or whether I use it in a wet dry rig, or sometimes I've even taken it as a spare head, it's been immensely useful thus far. apart from the fact that it sounds great and it has a really usable range of volume, like a lot of amps kind of, you know, they're all on at 1 and it's, you know, difficult to use the way the volume pot's configured. This is kind of, you get much more of a sweep in the channel volume and also the master volume, so you can just really pitch it where you like it. And of course, it's tiny. The head is absolutely tiny. In its bag, it fits in the footwell of my car, in the back. So whether you're using it as your main amp or whether you're lucky enough to have one as a spare, it's super easy to carry around, of course, because it was developed for Guthrie to be able to put in an overhead locker and fly around the world, that size case. I use it with the 2x12 vertical cab, which is a triumph in cab design in my opinion. Vertical cabs aren't new, they've been around for donkey's years, but they were kind of not very trendy for a while. But it's quite a compact cab. It's got one handle on the top, so you get a 212. It's an easy carry, doesn't take up much stage space, and because it's kind of high, you can hear it. It's not firing into the back of your legs, which all sounds very prosaic, but it does make a significant difference to using that little mini stack there in, you know, in the kind of environments which I end up playing, i.e. not big stages most of the time. It's usually pubs and little places where space is at a premium. So yeah.